Hello everyone, my name is Emma Grace and I am your hostess of the Too Much Video Podcast. This is the podcast for girls who have always been told that they are too much. They think too much, care too much, feel too much, worry too much, all of the above. If you have ever been told that you are too much, this is a place for you. This podcast is a confessional and reflective podcast for the girls who have been told that they are dramatic, intense, sensitive, opinionated, jealous, romantic, or hard to love, and the whole time we've just been paying closer attention to other people. This is episode 1 of the Too Much Video Podcast, and in today's video we are going to be covering this topic of, do I care too much about what other people think about me? I do have a paired Substack article going over all of these things in a more formal tone, but here we're getting down and dirty. We're getting to the nitty gritty, and I'm not going to leave anything out of this podcast. You should definitely go check out the Substack article. It's great. It's polished, it's prim, it's proper, it's something I am proud of. It's an artistic, cathartic experience for me to be able to publish that on Substack, but here we are getting into the more commentary side of things, and I get to just tell you story times. I get to tell you all the kind of things here in the video podcast because this is where we really get to let go. But if you do want something value added that talks more into the relatable, shared, more philosophical aspect of this exact issue, please go read my Substack article. And if you do read it and you like it, please subscribe over there and make sure to like and restack. If you have never seen me before, hi, my name is Emma Grace. I am a 21-year-old rising senior in college studying neuroscience and political science, and I hope to be a lawyer someday. The reason why I'm giving you guys more of a spiel about who I am is because this is technically the first episode of Too Much, my video podcast that I'm introducing as you are watching this, which I think is so exciting. If you've already seen me before, that's probably because you know I'm a content creator on other platforms like TikTok and Instagram, where I talk about my opinions, I make skits, I talk about pop culture, I talk about everything that I care about, and I don't let anything slide over there either. So you should definitely go check that out. Okay, this is your time to skip ahead past the introduction. I've tagged all of the timelines below. If you don't want a yap session, ignore this, but I turned 21 last week, which is why I didn't post last week, and I have the funniest story time. So my parents and I had my best friend and my boyfriend over, so we had a group of 5, and I was supposed to be able to drink on my 21st birthday, obviously, which was going to be so fun. I picked this amazing cocktail and wine bar that I had loved to go to for food for a few months now. It's like one of my favorite restaurants in Nashville, and we are over 30 minutes into the drive to this place, and we realize I left my wallet at home. I don't have my ID, so I did not get to drink at this bar, and we ended up having to go home, get my ID, and go somewhere more local because obviously I don't live in Nashville, and it was almost an hour drive to go back. But yeah, that was the damper on my beautiful 21st birthday. Also, I guess apparently I forget too much, which it's funny. It's true. It's definitely true. But yeah, I just figured I would update you on things that have been going on in my life, which I turned 21 and I feel great. I don't really feel any different. So I'll let you know if that changes, but I'm really hoping that my 20s are just fabulous and full of growth and transformation. And my first year of my 20s really was, so I'm hoping that we continue on to that trend because I'm really ready to flourish and bloom. I had a dream last night that Keira Knightley told me that I was in bloom. She was like, "Oh darling, you're in bloom, love." And I was like, "Girl, what are you doing here?" I was like, "Keira, why are you here?" It was so funny. I was like, what are you doing here? Anyways, for those of you that stayed during the app session, thank you so much. As you know, we do talk too much over here. Today I am sipping on a homemade iced cookie butter latte, and it's beautiful. If you guys can see, isn't it gorgeous? I smeared cookie butter on the sides of it. It's stunning. Also, a minor update. I'm making a coffee bar in my room, which I'm so excited about, so that I never have to leave my room to get coffees, and I think that's going to be just amazing to have more agency, because my dad's coffee machine is downstairs in the middle of our house and it's super loud, so if I want coffee at 8 p.m, everyone has to know that I want coffee at 8 p.m, and I want my caffeinated habits that are bad and are probably problematic to just be up to me. I kind of just want the privacy that comes with having my own coffee bar in my room, and I'm really looking forward to having that here, because if you guys know anything about my college experience, I live 3.5 hours from home, so when I'm in school I only have one room to live in. It's a studio apartment without a bathroom and without a kitchen, so I have a little coffee station there as well. But yeah, I'm really excited to have that and my home address. Get your coffee or your matcha. We are coffee girlies over here, but we accept you if you're into matcha, which I think is weird. But without further ado, let's get into the topic of conversation today. Okay, so I opened my article on Substack asking a question that I think is a really worthy question to ask, just a get to know you question, a thought experiment. And the question is, what would you ask for if you could receive one gift from like a genie or God or the universe? Like, what would that one thing be? And we're not breaking the laws of nature here, but it's like if you could receive like an item or an event or something, like if you could receive like one favor from God, what would it be? And my answer is disturbing. Most people would probably answer like, oh, like I would want to know the day that I die, or I would want to go on vacation with my family for a year and just travel the world, or I would want to know when I'm going to meet my soulmate or whatever, or I would want to spend a long and happy life with the person that I love the most in the world. Like, all of those things are such important things to ask for. My answer would literally be a book or a record or a log of some kind of every single thing that anyone has ever thought or said about me, even strangers. Everything. I want to sit with that for a minute. That's disgusting. Like, I say that out loud and I have shame. Like, I feel shame for that. It's like, who gave me the audacity that I should be able to pick this answer? It would be just like a book of everything that's ever been thought or said or felt about me. Isn't that heinous? Like, isn't that horrendous? And the reason why I think this would be so fun to have, which I do think it would be really fun to have, is I could find out, like, what people really think about me. I could find out if anyone's ever had, like, a secret crush on me. Like, I could find out if anyone's secretly hated me. I could find out if anyone ever thought I was being rude when I didn't mean to be, or didn't pick up on the fact that I was trying to be rude if I ever was. I think really just the reason why I'm asking this question is because I want to paint the picture of how severe this is for me. Like, when I say, do I think about what other people think about me too much? The answer is yes, to an extreme. It's not just like, oh, I worry too much, or oh, I think I might look unflattering in an outfit too often, or whatever. It's like, I am consumed by the thoughts and opinions and feelings of others in regards to me. It doesn't matter if it's a friend, a boyfriend, a parent, a family member, a stranger. It doesn't matter who it is. There is a hierarchy. I want to give a quick disclaimer. There is a hierarchy. Like, I do care more about what my boyfriend thinks of me versus like a random guy on the street, but I still give so much time and attention and value to what other people think of me who don't even know me, who don't even want the best for me, right? Who don't even believe in me. And it's so disturbing. Obviously, we are social creatures and we're designed to care about what other people think about us, but like, I take it so far. It's become such an undeniable reality that I have to address. Maybe this is like the first step in my anti-caring what people think about me, my Cat Stratford era, pause, my Cat Stratford era, if you will. Like, if I ever get the capacity to put out that much idgaf in the world, I will take it 100% of the time. You better bet your bottom dollar about that. So the problem with me is, like, I don't know anyone who thinks this much, but also this is an objectively embarrassing thing to admit, so maybe if I admit it first, or admit it kind of in the first couple people to admit it online, maybe we can start a dialogue about this, and like, I can realize if like I am such an intense, like, polarized issue, like a data point that is so freaking polarized and so extreme, or maybe if other people go through this too. Maybe you are sitting there and you're going to school, and instead of worrying about the content of the class in your academics, you're worrying about, is anybody looking at me? Or maybe you're paralyzed in fear and you never raise your hand and you never contribute to the classroom discussion because you don't want people to think that you're stupid. Or maybe you worry so much about what your friends and family think of you that you really don't know if you have a sense of identity because, like me, you let other people form who you are to such a great extent. This is a serious issue. This is something that I think is super important to talk about because it's really dangerous for individualism. It's really dangerous for agency and autonomy and a personhood experience. It's so dangerous for our humanity to consistently let other people decide what we should be, what we shouldn't be, who we are, who we aren't, and all of the many ways that I give people influence over my life when I just simply shouldn't. Like, I know in my head I shouldn't, but my heart is so afraid and so scared. And that's where I want to lead the conversation into, is like, where did this fixation with other people's opinions come from? Like, oh my God, I'm so outgoing. I'm so bold. I'm on the internet talking about the worst parts of my psyche. Like, I'm confident, I'm fearless, but at the same time, I'm so not. I'm so not. And I have this friction between the duality of my personality. It's like, I'm so outgoing, I'm such an extrovert, but I'm so insecure and fixated on what other people think, and I just wish I knew why. If you can't tell, if you're familiar with anything I've ever posted or said out loud, I care so much about the why. I don't really care about the how or the what or the when or the where. I just really care about the why. I want to know why people are the way that they are. When I was a 4-year-old, I asked why so much that I honestly, if I was parenting myself, I would have duct taped my mouth shut. Like, obviously I'm kidding. But it's like, I used to ask why obnoxiously too much, and I still do that to myself. Like, every single time somebody hurts me or cares about me or expresses admiration or disgust with me, I want to know why. It's an obsession, and I want to know why I have it. And so I've got 3 theories and then one more theory. We're gonna take a little break, and if you read the article, which you should, you will also see this break. But my first 3 theories, I think, tell accumulatively, maybe 40% of the story. I think there's a big majority left over, but these definitely do ring true. And for the sake of hoping that you relate to this, I'm just going to express them, because maybe one of these things explains 80% of your problem and only 15% of mine, but it's still worth talking about. And obviously this isn't the full encompassing list of reasons why people care so much about what other people think of them, but I do think it's pretty important just to cover them. My first theory is that I am a control freak. This is true. Valid. I am a control freak. I really like having my own way of things. I like doing things my way. I like having my own process. I like having my own timeline. I like my way of things, and oftentimes if I get the chance to put it towards the highway, if it doesn't go my way, I will take it. I don't know if that comes from self-centeredness or being an only child or whatever, or just having this inflated sense of like, I can take care of it better than other people can. I just really like doing things my way. I have my preferences and I'm not ashamed of them. So maybe this desire to know what people are thinking of me and this desire to know what people really believe in their heart about me, it comes from a sense of control. I want to know. I want to have all of the information. And there's this illusion of power that comes from having all of the information. I don't think you can fully have power without all of the information, but in my head, like logically, I know that having all the information doesn't give me any kind of power, but we're dealing with a fear response. We're dealing with paranoia. We're dealing with anxiety here. So it's not going to follow the rules of logic. It's illogical, and that's kind of the entire issue. So I feel like the theory 1 that I have about control very accurately depicts a fraction of it for me, but maybe for you that's a lot of it. Maybe you're looking at this and you know somebody who's such a control freak. They don't know what to do with themselves. They just constantly want to decide what other people think, decide what other people feel, and it's selfish, but we're all a little bit selfish. So I don't know, I feel like it's definitely something. I'm gonna take a coffee break because we're on a roll here. I'm really proud of myself. Like, vlog it, yes. Like, I feel like every time I sit down and do a podcast, my script isn't correct, or I don't feel great, or I'm stumbling over my words and it's getting in my head because I'm like, these people are gonna think I'm stupid or whatever, or incompetent or unprepared. But it's like, today, none of that's really bothering me. Maybe it's the subject matter. Maybe it's the coffee. I'm just really trying to enter a chapter of my life of self-awareness, because I can't fix any of my problems if I don't know what's going on first. It's like, step 1 is admitting your problem. So maybe that's what I'm doing by making this video. I don't know, but I feel really good today, and I hope that you do too. And thank you so much for watching, by the way. It means so much to me. I love creating content, but more so, I really love the chapter that I'm in right now of creating content that's super authentic to me, really authentic to what I believe, really authentic to my concerns about myself and my inner workings and things like that. It's very, very, very therapeutic, and it's very good, and I think it's a good use of my time on the internet, because I feel like this is really helping people if this finds the right crowd of young people who literally are just obsessed with what other people think of them. Like tonight, I have to go to a rehearsal dinner for one of my friends' weddings, and I don't know everyone that's going to be there, and I'm like, what if they think I'm a chud? What if they think I'm ugly? And it's like a paralyzing fear. I'm like, that's why I got dolled up. Like, that's what this lip liner is about. Because why would I do this on a random Wednesday? I don't know. I really have I think it's Thursday, actually. I have no idea. Let's get back into it. Sorry for that little pause, that little break that we took. But my second theory is that I want to protect myself. Because if I think about it, let's take this thought experiment a little bit further. Would I rather have a book of all of the nice things that people thought about me that would make me happy to read, or a list of all the bad things? Guess what my idiot self would pick? The bad things. If I had to refine this thought experiment even further into, can I figure out all of the blessing, just beautiful things people have thought about me, or a list of the bad ones, I would 100% of the time pick the bad ones. Like, no questions asked. It would be so easy for me to make this choice. It's like not even a choice. It's like, duh, the bad. I want to know everyone who's ever been fake to me. I want to know everyone who's ever wanted to hurt me. I want to know of every single instance where I was in relational danger. And I'm so afraid of trusting people and caring about people who don't feel the same way about me, because it's happened so many times in my life. I've talked a lot about my trust issues with people. It's paralyzing. In my relationships, it is paralyzing. I can't move. I can't think. I can't have faith in people without months of reasons to. It takes me an insanely long amount of time to trust anybody anymore. And I hate that. And I have this delusion that if I knew what people really thought about me, even just in the bad ways, I'd be able to protect myself against it. So I think there's a level of like security problem here that is more so just like wanting to be liked or wanting control. It's like, I really, really wish I could evade people problems. And obviously that's impossible. We're humans and we are imperfect social creatures, and imperfection plus the proclivity for being social creatures, that obviously leads to problems, and everybody goes through that, and it's normal. And I've also caused tons of problems before, probably. Like, there's no way that you can not have a problem with a person. So that is delusional. But I do think there's a level to it that's like, hey, I really wish I could just save myself the heartache and just invest in people who want to invest in me back. But obviously you can't do that. And then my third theory, I think is funny. I'm nosy. I just am. I'm just nosy. Genuinely. I I really like being involved in people's lives. Part of the reason why I downloaded Substack is because I found out that like girls my age can like write about their lives, and a lot of people on Substack call themselves like Blank's digital journal, and they write about their lives, and I'm like, I want to know about strangers' lives. I watch reality TV. I'm a disgusting consumer of television and media. Like, yeah, like I obviously want to know like everything about your life. I think it's really funny how simple this can be, but that's got to be part of it. I mean, I am nosy. Ask any of my friends. Like, yeah, I really love knowing things for the sake of knowing them. I just do. So those are my three very base level theories that I think do account for some of this fixation that I have. But I just want to reiterate how serious this is, because genuinely, it's like, it's not funny. Like, it's funny, but it's also really not. It's kind of concerning because I care so much about what other people think, and it's not just that I care, it's that I really let it decide what I do, what I think, how I behave, how I act, how I exist, how I show up. And it's definitely a problem. Like, my boyfriend wants me to be bubbly and fun and full of life and love, and so I do my best to do that for him. And it's not really even like a conscious decision. I just know that like I am such a different person around different people because of this. My best friend wants me to be conversational and attentive and thought-provoking and responsible, and she cares so much about how I make decisions, and she cares so much about my well-being. And so when I'm around her, I feel like I have to be this perfect version of myself. It doesn't exist, but I still do it. When I'm around my parents, they want me to be a good student, a good athlete. That's what I do in front of them to the best of my ability. It's like sometimes I sit and I look at myself and I really wonder how much of me is made up of other people. What is the authentic version of me? It might sound dramatic, but it's true. I really wonder that. And it's even worse when I'm around people who I don't really know that well, because it's like I read the vibe and I kind of figure out like, are they going to like my dry humor? Are they going to like my sarcasm? Are they going to like me to not really talk that much? Like what is the dynamic in social circles that I enter? And it's like I meet people where they are, and I never, ever let people meet me where I am. And it's like, why? I'm fun. I'm great. Why wouldn't people want to meet me where I am? It's burdensome. It's like, why is it always I'm compromising to meet the expectations, desires, wants, and criticisms of others, and I'm never making people do that to me. Not that any of us should really have that much of an impact or control over other people, but it's like, why am I always the influenced in my relationships? Even my surface level acquaintance relationships. Why is that? I don't get it. I'm terrified that the things that make me me aren't really me at all. And if you're sitting here and you're watching this and you relate to that, then hey, like, we're not alone, but I don't know why. I have my last theory, which I think, from my experience, explains a lot of it because it just resonates. It just feels right. In my self-discovery journey that I've been going on for a few years, really since I've been in college, there's moments where an explanation of my behavior just doesn't feel right. This feels perfect. This fourth theory is embarrassing and hard to admit about myself, but it feels true. For some reason, I am desperate to be liked. For some reason, I am extremely, extremely unhappy when I can tell that I am disliked, and exactly the opposite when I can tell that I'm liked, or adored, or prioritized, or valued, doesn't matter, or respected. But when I'm in a space where other people don't like me, it's like hell on earth to me. And it's not even just that, like, I'm so desperate to be liked, and it goes back to when I was a little girl. Like, I remember feeling like this so early on in my life. I started noticing that I wasn't an automatically liked person. In my article, I called this a collective favorite. I wasn't a collective favorite in any space I was in when I was in elementary school. And at this time, people around me started electing their collective favorites. You can think about girls like Regina George or Serena van der Woodsen. For me, there was this one specific girl, and I went to a K through 8th school, so I had to be with her from kindergarten to 8th grade. And she was a collective favorite the whole time. I mean, she was beautiful, she was radiant, she was agreeable, she was kind, she was funny when she needed to be funny. She was really just cool, I guess. Everybody wanted to be her. And I noticed that she got all of the attention ever. She could do no wrong, and I just wasn't treated that way. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I had, like, stupid teeth or something, or a weird face or something, or I was just like an awkward, gangly little kid that didn't really know how to act, maybe. But I just wasn't the favorite. And even more than that, I was kind of rejected in a lot of the social situations that I was in. I was treated as if I was unwanted, even just by glances across the room. I picked up on it really early. I've always had the capability to do that. If you're watching this, then you probably know that you can read people really well. And I could constantly read rooms that I was in and just know, like, yeah, whatever X factor that girl has, I don't have it. And I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to get it. And it made me sad. And it was damaging when I was in elementary school, for sure, and middle school. But it got worse in high school because I moved school systems. So when my parents and I moved for me to play golf in high school, I was entering a different school system where a lot of people knew each other and I just didn't because I was new. And there was another collective favorite. But this girl was different. She hated me. She almost instantly, within like a week or two of 9th grade, she just decided that she hated me. And my first up-close interaction with a collective favorite, the one I mentioned before from elementary school, she felt indifferent towards me. She was neutral. I could tell she never really thought of me. And that bothered me, but it didn't really have an impact on everybody else's opinions of me. But the high school collective favorite, her opinion directed everybody around me to such a disturbing level. Like, people would just do whatever she wanted. People would do whatever she said. And I didn't get the hype. I knew she was pretty. I knew her parents made a lot of money. I knew she had great resources, good access to things, cute Instagram posts, fun vacations, and I knew, like, she really is pretty. But she wasn't in any way, shape, or form special, in my opinion. I don't know. I just didn't get the hype about her. And maybe that's why she hated me, but there was always something she had that I didn't, and I just couldn't explain what it was. And to this day, I really don't know. I hope looking back on it, everyone who blindly followed her, like, I mean, almost religiously, like, worshiped this girl, like, I hope they look back on that and cringe, because you shouldn't do that to any one specific person ever. And I'm kind of proud to say I've never done that, but, which is ironic because I do care so much about what people think of me, and I did care so much about what she thought of me, but really it was bifold. Like, this problem was bifold. First, it sucked because her opinion of me, it was like the opinion to have about me, so it was this widely accepted thing to kind of treat me like an outcast, or like I was kind of worthless, didn't matter, wasn't wanted, things like that. But also, the second problem is I always wondered why. I wanted to know who gave her the authority to decide who liked me and who didn't, who got to treat me kindly and who didn't. Because I sure as hell did not give her that control. I didn't give her that influence. But she had it, and she used it against me, and it worked. So I hated that she had the authority in the first place, but I just really hated the fact that everyone around her condoned her behavior and obeyed her and did whatever she wanted, thought whatever she wanted, behaved however she wanted. Like, I really did think it was ridiculous. I thought it was crap. I really, like, I genuinely, to this day, I don't know why everybody acted like she was just the freaking cat's pajamas, but I guess she just was. And it's always burdened me to know, like, there are people out there who everything just comes easy to them. Like, social dynamics just come easy to them. They don't have to perform. They get to just do whatever they want to do, and people just love it. And I'm like, I feel like I say at least 10 stupid things an hour when I'm out with people. Like, even my boyfriend, who I've been dating for 4 years now, it's like, I constantly feel like I say stupid things in front of them. And it's not just that I had this experience. This is a common theme in TV shows that I watch, and every character that I've ever related to has an experience where they are witnessing a collective favorite in front of them, and they are not that collective favorite. Like, every single person I've ever asked this question to and has seen Gossip Girl says that I'm Blair Waldorf to a T. That I can be very polite, very sweet, very noticing, question mark? I can, like, notice things about people. I'm very attentive, I'm very observant, I'm very thoughtful. I'm pretty quick on my feet, like, clever and witty like she is, and I have, like, this air about me where I feel like I have my eyes set on bigger things. And that's Blair in all of the positive aspects. Something about Blair is that she constantly worries what other people think of her. She performs. She doesn't really let people see who she actually is. She has to deem somebody trustworthy and special before they get to look at who she really is. And throughout her entire life, she is compared to a collective favorite that is not her. Serena Vanderwoodson in Gossip Girl is the girl to be. She's like the it girl, and Blair is just objectively not. And in the times where Blair is not being compared to her, she thrives. But the times where Serena decides she wants to be queen bee of her little high school group or whatever, it's so burdensome for her, and it even impacts her so much to the point where her first boyfriend chooses her, her mother chooses her, like, everyone in her life chooses Serena, the collective favorite in her story, over her at one point. And you can see how much it impacts her and damages her. And I also relate a lot to Laura Jean Covey. And the collective favorite in her life was Peter Kavinsky's first girlfriend, Gwen, I think. I don't remember her name. I really should, because I say those are my favorite movies. But everyone that I relate to has this problem where they're constantly obsessed with other people think of them. And even in Clueless, which is one of my favorite shows, like, Cher has a couple scenes in a row where Ty Frazier is the it girl instead of her, and that bothers the crap out of her. And it's not that I want to be this it girl, it's not that I want to be this collective favorite, but at least I could know why I'm not. Maybe it'd be nice to be the collective favorite. I don't know if I could take the pressure. I'm sure I wouldn't handle it very well. Maybe there's a reason why I'm not. It's because I'd crack. But I don't know. It's burdensome. And I care so much about what other people think of me. It's like, there's got to be a reason why no one's ever looked at me as that worthy. And it bothers me. I don't know why certain people over others just have this X factor that makes everyone around them just comply or obey or compromise or do whatever they want or think whatever they want. Ironically, this is hilarious, I don't even think the people that in high school who hated me actually hated me, except the collective favorite girl. I think they were just doing what she said. I think they were just trying to survive and stay afloat. And again, I'm a rising senior in college. Why does this still bother me? I don't know. I think things like this stick with you. And usually this is the part of the video where somebody would offer you a solution or a piece of advice or a takeaway or some meaningful life lesson that's going to change your life. But I don't have that for you. I just want you to know that if you have never been the favorite, if you've always felt overlooked while simultaneously overly looking at everybody else, if you've been compared to other girls in your life and lost every time, if you've ever been chosen second or felt like you've never been chosen first, then I get you and I see you and I know you see me too, and that's worth something. There's a companionship that comes from having the same scars as people, and I think that it's a worthwhile conversation to start and have, even if there's not like a remedy or a solution. I'm still figuring that out. I'll keep you guys updated if I figure out what to do. But for now, I guess I'm just trying to remind myself that what feels good to me, what feels right, what my instincts gravitate towards is one of the more trustworthy things that I have, and one of the more trustworthy things I can offer myself, because usually I have this first instinct to make a decision or wear a certain outfit or say a certain thing, and then I second guess myself. I'm very indecisive. And lately I've just been trying my absolute best to just trust myself first, and I don't want to discredit myself anymore. I wish I saw myself as credible, but I don't. Not as much as I should. I've proven countless times in so many different spaces that I'm a capable, smart young woman with a bright future, and for some reason I can't even agree on what to order at a restaurant if I'm in front of my boyfriend or his parents or something. And it's not because they're harsh people. It's not because I have any justified substantial reason to be upset or afraid of what they think of me. I'm just that in my own head, and I don't want to be. I don't think anybody should be. But if you are, I get you. I hope this conversation has helped you. I cannot stress enough how much the Substack article is like actually a better version of what I just said, and it's a 6-minute read instead of a 30-something minute video. So definitely watch that, or watch out for that article being posted. It's going to be linked in the description. My other socials are going to be linked in the description if you want more of a lighthearted, funny, commentary, pop culture focused vibe from me. I talk about everything, which I think is super fun. I have so much fun on TikTok and Instagram and all that. But yeah, I cannot thank you enough for staying till the end. I love you incredibly much, just so much. And if you relate to this, please comment your experience. If you have any advice, please comment. Like, I want people to find this who relate to this, and I want us to figure this out together. I mean, maybe that would help everybody. I hope that this was a successful first step, and that I successfully did my part in trying to start a dialogue about this. As you guys know, that's what I like to do over here. And genuinely thank you guys so much for supporting my first episode of Too Much. I know this is going to be big. I don't know if you've ever created anything and you like really believe in it and you're really happy with it, but this is one of the first times where I really feel like this is what I'm meant to be doing right now. So thank you. I love you. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope whatever you've been sipping on has been delicious. I should have taken so many more sips out of this coffee, but if you know anything about me, you know I'm a sipper and not a chugger anyway, and that I fully believe in savoring the flavor. I don't know why people drink their coffees in 4.5 milliseconds. It's freaky. My best friend does that. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Anyways, be sure to find me on other platforms, and I do answer every single comment that I get on YouTube, so if you choose to say something, I will respond. As always, I hope you have an incredible day, and I love you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!